Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with another video for you guys today. Yes, I am back home from North Carolina, so we're getting back into the groove of trying to give you guys a video every 4 days for 2 videos a week. We'll see how that goes. That's normally my algorithm and what I do. But we're going to get right into it. I have this trick or treat Halloween sign, and I have cardboard. I have this wallpaper from Dollar Tree. And I also have my Sharpie and my white paint marker, or I don't know, it feels more like a Sharpie, but it's from Dollar Tree as well. And I've got some black and red beads and ribbon of choice. I'll be using the Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral. So we're going to start out by making a small plaque out of some cardboard. I just chose to do a rectangular shape because it was easier, but you could round the edges and make it like an oblong kind of shape, or you can cut the corners off and do a shape like that, whatever you want to do. But this was just the easiest one that I came up with. Love crafting with cardboard, as you guys know, because it's quick and easy and free. So I decided not to use the actual Halloween sign because I want to keep that and use it in October for another DIY. So that's why I just traced it out on some cardboard because I wanted the shape of it. I like the scallop edge of this sign. So we're just going to trim it, trace it out, cut it out, get that done. And now I'm going to take that cardboard and trace it out onto the wallpaper from the Dollar Tree. And I will get that cut out as well. And then once I've got that cut out, of course, we're just going to peel and stick it onto the cardboard. This DIY is super easy, very inexpensive. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have everything you need at home to create this today if you wanted to. It's just cardboard, beads, some ribbon. If you don't have the paper, you probably have craft paper, or you could actually just paint this, whatever you want to do, but it's just really easy, affordable, very lightweight, so it's easy to hang up, or you could use it as a leaner. So I went in with that Waverly Mineral and I painted that plaque, set it aside, let it dry, and we're going to work on our little lady. Yes, I am still working on Ladybug decor, and I have 3 pieces for you today, so you know what it is. As always, I'm going to need you to comment down below and let me know which one is your favorite of the 3. Now, is this my favorite of the 3 that I'm going to bring you today? It is not. If you would like to know which one my favorite is, you're going to have to keep watching. So I just took some black beads and some red beads, and my beads came from my stash. I think the little black beads came from Dollar Tree. The red beads came from a beaded garland that I either picked up at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. You want your red bead, the body of the ladybug, to be, of course, a little bigger than your black bead, which is the head of the ladybug. So I just taped them down with some masking tape because it's going to make it easier for me to draw the center line down the back of that red bead. They're so tiny that I keep dropping them, so it's just easier to tape them down. You're going to draw your center line, and then you're going to go back in and make all your little dots on the body of the bee. And if you'd like, you could go in with your white Sharpie and put little white eyes on the black head of the of the bee, of the ladybug. You guys, I'd like to take this time to say thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. Thank you to all of my ride or dies who have been with me since the beginning of my journey. You guys know I love you. You rock. Thank you to my brand new subscribers. You guys are amazing as well. Thank you for choosing Dee's Cute and Crafty. Thank you for joining the Crafty family. I'm blessed and happy to have you here. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Chiffon Cream by Rust-Oleum, and I'm just going to weather this plaque a little bit, this piece of cardboard. I'm just going to dry brush it, make it look like some old aged barn wood or shiplap, or, you know, all of the things that I love when I'm crafting. And now I'm just going to go in with my pencil and I'm going to write Ladybug Crossing. As you guys know, I usually do that in pencil, any handwriting that I'm going to do. And then I go back in with my Sharpie and I darken everything up, make it nice, crisp, and clean so we can read it. And I'm going to do two different fonts. Ladybug is going to be in the cursive with the faux calligraphy look, and then Crossing will be just a print. So yes, you guys, I am back from North Carolina. I had a wonderful Mother's Day. I enjoyed my time with my daughter. It was very rural. It was very far out. To drive to anything was like 30, 40 minutes. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to like getting where I want to go in like 10, 15 minutes tops. My job is like 7 minutes from my house. So I'm a little spoiled in that way, but I do still plan on retiring to North Carolina. I will just live closer to the city. I will not live that far out. But it was beautiful and we had a wonderful time. I actually went to a pop shelf in North Carolina. I was so excited that I was able to find one. It was like the first time I ever found um, a Dollar Tree Plus. It felt like that. So pop shelf is very nice and I did enjoy going there. So I'm just erasing any of the pencil marking left behind, and I'm just going to hot glue my plaque onto the front of my sign. Just eyeballing it for center. And we're going to take our little beaded ladybugs and attach them to this sign. Now, what I didn't tell you that I want to tell you now is when you make your ladybugs, make quite a few of them because we're going to use them in another DIY in this video. So you want to have some extra ladybugs. I say make about another 4 to 6 ladybugs other than the 5 you see here. So in total, make like 10, make 10 or 12. They're super easy to do. So I'm just going to hot glue my ladybugs down to my sign now that I have them in place the way I want them. I usually kind of place things out, see how they look, and then I go back and attach everything with hot glue, staples, whatever it is that I'm going to use. I like to just put everything down first before I make it permanent. So you guys, thank you so much again for hanging with me and allowing me to have that time away with my family and still kind of sticking around, not, saying, well, she's not making anything. She's not crafting. We're just going to move on because it happens more often than you think. So I'm so grateful, so blessed and happy that you guys kind of stuck with me, hung out with me and gave me that little vacation break that I needed. I got another one coming up because we're going to do the wedding thing. So I will try to create as much content as I can for you guys, centered around that time so that you don't really feel that I'm gone because I'm gonna be off YouTube for probably about 2 weeks, but my content will still be there because I'm gonna pre-film a lot of things so that you guys still get videos from me when I'm gone. So I'm just going to make my bow the way I always do. I make my loops and then I make my tails. I stack everything together and I pinch it. And I normally tie it off with some jute cord. But today, since I have these two beautiful ribbons that go so well together, I'm going to use the ribbon to tie this bow together. And I think it came out so pretty. And I think I'll do that a little more often. I have a little white daisy that I'm just going to hot glue to the center of my ribbon. And the tails are longer than I need them. I could actually cut them, but I'm going to hot glue them down in place so they stay where I want them to. Just going to hot glue this to the center. Doing a little cleanup. And then we're just going to fan everything out so that we could still see the wording underneath the bow. Going to trim it up just a little bit and then hot glue it down. I'm just going to make a jute cord hanger for the back of this sign. It's going to take a little bit of jute, tie a knot on either end. You guys know how to do this. This is so simple. And I'm just going to hot glue it down to the back of the sign. I like to use masking tape to help hold it in place, but you could use ribbon if you don't have masking tape, and it will work just as well. You guys, if you're enjoying this content, I truly hope you are. Don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, and it kind of keeps me in the algorithm, and they push me out a little bit more so other people can see my content, and it helps my channel grow. You guys are a very important part of helping me get my content out there by giving my videos a thumbs up. I was going to say thumbsing up my video. Giving my video a thumbs up and talking to me in the comments is how I get noticed. And I'm so blessed and happy for you. Isn't this a cute little sign? Now let's move on to DIY number 2, ribbon of choice, masking tape. We're going to be using some white chalk paint by Apple Barrel and the lacquer by Waverly. And here are the extra little ladybug beads that I asked you guys to create. And I have one of the Dollar Tree round wood signs. And I also have one of my cardboard ladybugs. When I did my first ladybug DIY, where it was just one DIY in the video before I went on vacation, um, I made the cardboard ladybug then. So I just made a couple extra ones, and this is an extra one that I have for this DIY. So I'm just going to take the jute cord off of this sign. I'm taking my masking tape and I'm placing it closer to the bottom. I don't want it even in the middle. I just want um, it closer to the bottom just because I have something I want to write at the top. And I just want to make sure I've got room to write it. So place your masking tape down. Make sure it is nice and smooth onto your surface so that you don't get any bleed through with this red paint. And I'm just going to use one layer of this lacquer. Then I'm going to take another piece of masking tape. I'm going to cover up the edge of the red and then paint my white. And I get a nice, crisp, clean line between the two colors of paint. Now that that's done, the bottom of this, as you can see, is going to be my ladybug. So I'm taking my Sharpie, my marker, and I'm just making all different size dots, little polka dots. And you can use paint if you want to do paint with this one. I just like the marker. It's easier to handle, easier to control. I can be more precise with the marker. And I just like that it dries super quick. So I like it better than paint for this particular portion of the DIY. And that is how that turned out. I love it. You guys, this one is my favorite of the DIYs that I'm bringing you today. This one is my favorite. Why? Because I had to fight. I had to fight with this one. Uh, the lettering that I wanted, I did my faux calligraphy. I wrote the word hello. This is what I'm doing right now. But I wanted it to be red. So yeah, that's where we had the problem. My red markers would not write on this white paint. And I've never had a problem with that. It just wouldn't do it. Maybe it was the marker that I was using. I couldn't find my red Sharpie, which works really well. No idea where that's at. So I just struggled. This color is coming out pink, but in, real life, it is really red. But I had to fight with it. I used a couple different markers, and you guys would not believe the marker that actually ended up working. You know when you buy the little craft kits with the little wood piece in it? Sometimes it's a flag or a heart or a gnome or something like that. Just a small little flat piece. It's for kids when they craft. And you have those little markers like blue, black, red, green. Yeah, that is the marker that worked. I always save those markers. I never know what I'm going to use them for. I'm so glad I saved them because it saved this DIY. and it became my favorite of the three. So now that I have my hello word written and my jute cord back in place, I am going to glue down my cardboard ladybug. And then I'm going to glue down all my little beaded ladybugs. And because they're so tiny and it's not easy to make antenna for your ladybugs this small, I just took my black Sharpie and I drew the antenna on the wood round. And it came out really cute. I love it. Just using a little bit of hot glue to get these in place. Taking my pencil and drawing my antenna first just to make sure they look the way I want them to before I make them more permanent with the Sharpie. Of course, we're going to make a bow, and this one's going to be ready to be displayed on your front door. Today is a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. Yeah, I sound like a weather woman. It is a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. The sun is out. It is roughly about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning as I'm editing this video because I'm still off from work. I haven't gone back yet. I usually take a vacation from my vacation. And the weather's just gorgeous, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. I plan on getting out and enjoying some of this beautiful day. Howard had to go back to work. So again, you guys know how I do my bows. So I'm not going to talk you through this one. I'm just going to let you watch it. And I am going to attach this one by tying it to the side whenever I'm working with wood and I can punch holes in it. I like to tie my bows onto my DIYs. That way I know they're not going anywhere. I did add a little bit of hot glue to the back of this one just because it kept turning. For whatever reason, it was turning a little bit sideways and I didn't like it. So I hot glued it down as well as tied it to the sign. Super cute, easy to do. I love making signs and door hangers, you guys. I'm sure you know that about me because I do a lot of them. But they're so easy and I just never get bored with them. There's so many ways you can make them. And isn't she absolutely adorable? Love it. You guys don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. I greatly appreciate you. Moving on to DIY number 3 and the last one of this video. You're going to need a little bit of batting or polyfill, pillow stuffing, whatever you want to call it, cardboard, a tumbling tower block, ribbon of choice, some little white flowers. I have this little Home Sweet Home half sign that I got from Dollar General. I have the black fuzzy fabric from Dollar Tree and the red buffalo check fabric from Dollar Tree as well. And if I didn't mention cardboard, you know I got cardboard. So I'm just going to take one of my ribbon spools and use it to give me the shape or the size, shape and size actually, that I need for this circle. And it's 3 inches by 3 inches. And I made 6 of them because I want them to be about a 1/2 inch thick once you stack them all together. Maybe it's 1 inch thick. What I ended up doing was making it the same thickness as that wood piece. So it's either 1/2 inch or 1 inch thick. However thick your wood piece is that you use is going to be the thickness of your disc or your circle that you're making. Once I cover it in the black fabric, it really looks like a hockey puck. So I just cut out a circle, not even really a circle, and I cut it wider or bigger than my cardboard round. And then I just put my little slits in the sides because it makes it easier to fold it over and get it glued down. It's not bulky. It doesn't have a lot of pleating or, it makes it smooth is what I'm trying to say. When you make those little cuts in it, you get a smoother look to your piece. So I want to cover up the back. So I just took a round piece of that fabric again and hot glued it to the back, and I'm trimming off everything that I don't need. And this is the head of our ladybug. This piece is really cute. It's standalone. You can put it on a tiered tray. Just put it in a little vignette if you have other ladybug pieces to go with it. So we're just going to take off that top orange part that says Home Sweet Home. I'm going to take that off, sand everything down. We are going to cover it, so if you don't want to sand it, you don't have to, but I just did. Going to take our batting and hot glue that down. This is the body of our ladybug. Be careful when you're hot gluing this down. You don't want to burn your fingers when the glue seeps through the batting, so just be careful. Wear your finger protectors. And now that that's done, we are just going to cut out enough fabric to cover our little half circle. And I don't measure anything. Well, I won't say I don't measure anything. Sometimes I measure. But for the most part, for things like this, I just eyeball it. So now we're just going to wrap it, like wrapping a present as best we can. And on this one, I'm not making all of the little cuts that I did on the ladybug's head. For the body, I'm just going to fold it in like you see me doing, and I'm going to staple it down. I love that the batting gives this a little bit of a puff, more like a pillow feel. So you just get it on there as best you can, and then we're going to cut away the excess fabric. And just like we did for the ladybug's head, where we covered the back so we didn't see all the mechanics of how it was put together, I'm going to cover the back of this one as well. Just to make it nice and neat. So you guys, do you think Howard should do a voiceover of one of my videos? He thinks he should. He's asked me more than once about doing a voiceover. He's commented on it, jokingly, but not really. So I think I'm going to let him do one of my voiceovers. I said, well, honey, how will you know what you're supposed to say, what the pieces are, what I'm doing? He goes, oh, you're going to give me cue cards. I'm like, no. If you're going to do my voiceover, you're going to do it without any help. I want you to just look at what you see and tell the people what you think I'm doing. So comment down below, you guys. Let me know if you think Howard should do a voiceover of one of my videos, or at least of one of the crafts on my video. We'll start with just one craft. Okay, so I've got my back all covered up. I got that piece cut out nice and neat and hot glued it in place. Now I'm going to take my tumbling tower block, and actually this is one of the bigger blocks that you can find at, some people say Five Below, but I've never found them there. I find these at Dollar General, and I actually haven't seen them for a while. I've been looking and haven't seen them, so I'm down to my last couple of large blocks. We're just going to attach it to the back so this one stands on its own. I'm Gonna hot glue the ladybug's head to the body. And then we're gonna take our red pipe cleaner and make some antenna. And just wrapping it around whatever I had handy to give me some little coils. Gonna hot glue that in place. And also add a little bit of ribbon to the back of it to make sure it stays in place. And lastly, we're going to add a bow. And this little cutie is going to be done and ready to be displayed. Going to put our bow on there, add a little flower, and that's going to be it. Here she is, you guys, all done. How cute. I just love it. You guys, if you made it to this far in the video, leave me a ladybug. That lets me know that you hung out with me today. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you want Howard to do a voiceover of one of my DIYs. He's wanting to do it. So if you guys say it's okay, I'll let you do it. I'll let him do it. So here's the final reveal of everything that I've made for you today. I hope you enjoyed the content. I truly enjoyed bringing it to you. It's always a pleasure to craft for you guys. I think next I'll be moving on to maybe a little just farmhouse before I get into a couple of patriotic pieces. And then we get into the summer fun pieces. And before you know it, we're doing Christmas in July and then back into the fall. It happens so quickly. Thank you so much for joining me today for this video. It's always a blessing to have you here. Until I see you in my next one, be blessed, stay safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.